Hello students, I hope you are fine and doing well in your studies. Students, today we are going to start from where we have finished in the previous class. In this session, we will study the basic fundamental of this chapter and we will do some basic example also. So students, let's start with the chapter itself.
Now students, what is the sum of nth roots of unity? Roots are 1 alpha square, this is the GP, and by applying the sum of n terms of the GP, we can find that a 1 minus r to power n upon 1 minus r. As we know, alpha is equal to e to power iota 2 pi upon n. What is the value of alpha to power n? The value of alpha to power n is e to power iota 2 pi upon n whole power n. You can simplify it. It is equal to e to power iota 2 pi. What is the value of e to power iota 2 pi? It is cos 2 pi plus iota sin 2 pi. The value of cos 2 pi is 1 and sin 2 pi is 0. So the alpha to power n is 1. Then we can find 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So the sum of nth roots of unity is 0. Student, what is the product of nth roots of unity? The product of nth roots of unity can be written as like this, and it is equal to alpha to power n minus 1 by 2 because there are n minus 1 terms which are in AP. The value of alpha is cos 2 pi upon n plus iota sin 2 pi upon n whole power n minus 1 by 2. Now we are going to simplify it. Then it will become cos pi n minus 1 plus iota sin pi n minus 1. If n is even, then it is cos pi plus iota sin pi form. Then we can say the value of cos pi is minus 1. That's why if n is even, then the value of product is minus 1. If n is odd, then the value of product is 1. Student, one important thing is here. All nth roots of unity divides the unit radius circle into n different parts, and these roots can be represented on the circumference of the circle like a1, a2, a3 and so on. Means roots 1, alpha square and up to alpha to power n minus 1. Students, one important note is here. The points represented by nth roots of unity are located at the vertices of a regular polygon of n-sided inscribed in a unit circle having center at the origin, one vertex being on the positive real axis, and this vertex is here 1 because one root is always real. Students, now we are going to study cube roots of unity. After studying the nth roots of unity, here is the cube roots of unity. Let x cube minus 1 is equal to 0, and now we are going to solve it. Then x cube minus 1 cube is equal to 0. Factorize it. It is x minus 1 x square plus x plus 1 is equal to 0. And from here we can find the value of x. It is a 1 and it is minus 1 plus iota root 3 by 2 and it is minus 1 minus iota root 3 by 2. This setup can be obtained by previous setup also. What is the previous setup? According to the previous setup, if there is a complex number 1 and we are going to find cube roots of unity, then what is the value of 1 in terms of polar form? We can write it is cos 2 pi upon n plus iota sin 2k pi upon n. K is here. After substituting the value of k, we can find different roots, and the value of k are 0, 1 and 2. If k is equal to 0, then root is 1, means z is equal to 1. If k is equal to 1, then root will be cos 2 pi upon n. What is the n? N is 3 here. It is 2 pi by 3 plus iota sin 2 pi upon 3 because k is 1. And simplify it. The value of cos 120 degree is minus half plus iota root 3 by 2. This is the first root, or you can say second root. And if k is equal to 2, then what will happen? Z is equal to cos 4 pi upon 3 plus iota sin 4 pi upon 3, and as we know the value of cos 4 pi upon 3 is minus half, and it is iota root 3 by 2. This is the third root, and these are the cube roots of unity. If second root represented by omega, then third root will be omega square. Cube roots of unity are 1 omega and omega square. One is real cube roots of unity and other are non-real cube roots of unity. Cube roots of unity can be taken as vertices of equilateral triangle ABC inscribed in a circle of radius 1 and center at the origin. This is listed here, means this is the origin, the radius is 1 here and one root is here, second is omega and third is the omega square. Students, here are the properties of the cube roots of unity. As we know, the sum of all the roots is 0 and product of the roots is 1, and here 1 plus omega to power n plus omega to power 2n is equal to 3, where n is the multiple of 3. Because if n is multiple of 3, then it will convert into 1 and it is also 1. If n is not a multiple of 3, then what will happen? Then this system is equivalent to 1 plus omega square and the value of this is 0. Student, let's see one more example. We have to find the value of this expression. A plus b omega plus c omega square whole upon b plus c omega plus a omega square plus a plus b omega plus c omega square whole upon c plus a omega plus b omega square. Now we are going to multiply omega in numerator and denominator both. Then what will happen? Let's see. It is omega a plus b omega plus c omega square whole upon, it is the b omega plus c omega square plus a omega cube is a, then it is cancel out. And similarly we are going to multiply omega square here, and after multiplying omega square what will happen? It is omega square a plus b omega plus c omega square whole upon c omega square plus a omega cube plus b omega to power 4, and as we know b omega to power 4 is b omega, so this is cancel out. What is the remaining part? Remaining part is omega plus omega square, and the value of omega plus omega square is minus 1. So our answer minus 1, option 2 is correct. Students, now we are going to study continued product of the roots. If z is equal to r cos theta plus iota sin theta, mod of z is r and amplitude is theta, then continued product of roots of z to power 1 upon n is r cos phi plus iota sin phi, where phi is equal to this, and after simplify we can find it is n minus 1 pi plus theta. Thus the continued product of the roots of z to power 1 upon n is r cos n minus 1 pi plus theta plus iota sin n minus 1 pi plus theta, or we can simplify it, it is z if n is odd and it is minus z if n is even. Similarly, the continued product of the values of z to power m upon n is z to power m if n is odd and minus z to power m if n is even. Student, let's see one example here. The continued product of the values of 1 plus iota whole power 2 by 3. Here the value of m is 2 and n is 3, means n is odd. That's why we can say the continued product is 1 plus iota whole power 2. Simplify it, it is 1 plus iota square plus 2 iota. Now what is the value of iota square? It is minus 1, so it is 2 iota. Our answer is 2 iota. Option 2 is the correct answer. Students, some important results are here. If z is equal to cos theta plus iota sin theta, then 1 upon z is cos theta minus iota sin theta, because 1 upon z is equal to z to power minus 1 and it is equal to cos theta plus iota sin theta whole power minus 1. Now by using De Moivre theorem we can write it is cos of minus theta plus iota sine of minus theta. As we know, cos minus theta is cos theta and sine minus theta is minus sine theta. So we can write it is cos theta minus iota sine theta. It is here. Hence, z plus 1 upon z is equal to 2 cos theta and z minus 1 upon z is equal to 2 iota sine theta, from where we can find the value of sine theta. It is 1 upon 2 iota z minus 1 upon z. Students, second point is here. If z is equal to this, then using 𝕆𝕋 theorem we can prove that z to power n plus 1 upon z to power n is equal to 2 cos n theta and z to power n minus 1 upon z to power n is 2 iota sine n theta. Students, points number 3 is here. If x is equal to cos alpha plus iota sine alpha, y is equal to cos beta plus iota sine beta, and z is equal to cos gamma plus iota sine gamma, and it is given that x plus y plus z is equal to 0. Here z is the cos gamma plus iota sine gamma. If x plus y plus z is equal to 0, then we can say cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma is equal to 0 and sine beta plus sine alpha plus sine gamma is equal to 0. And by using these identities, we can find the value of yz plus zx plus xy is equal to this system. Means if this is 0, and how this is 0? Because x plus y plus z is equal to 0, then 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z will also 0. How? Because the value of 1 upon x is equal to cos alpha minus iota sine alpha, because x is the cos alpha plus iota sine alpha. That's why 1 upon y is equal to cos beta minus iota sine beta. And we can easily prove that 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z is equal to 0, because x plus y plus z is equal to 0. That's why we can say cos alpha plus cos beta plus cos gamma, this is 0 and sine system is also 0. So we can find that the value of 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z is also 0. Statement 1, A is true, means it is correct. 1 upon x plus 1 upon y plus 1 upon z is equal to 0. Now simplify it, we can find that xy plus yz plus zx upon xyz is equal to 0, implies xy plus yz plus zx is equal to 0. What is the formula of x square plus y square plus z square? Now we are going to write x plus y plus z whole square, and it is equal to x square plus y square plus z square plus twice of xy plus yz plus zx. And as we know, x plus y plus z is equal to 0 and xy plus yz plus zx is equal to 0. That's why we can say x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 0. And similarly, we can prove that x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to 3xyz. And these three important results, and these results can be proved by using 𝕆𝕋 theorem only. Students, from the previous slide, it is confirmed that x square plus y square plus z square is equal to 0. Then if you put the value of x here, means it is cos alpha plus iota sine alpha whole square plus it is a cos beta plus iota sine beta whole square plus cos gamma plus iota sine gamma whole square. Now using 𝕆𝕋 theorem, you can say cos 2 alpha plus iota sine 2 alpha. Similarly, it is cos 2 beta plus iota sine 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma plus iota sine 2 gamma is equal to 0. Now we can find that cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma is equal to 0, and this can be written as summation cos 2 alpha is equal to 0. Means in this form, this whole equation can be written in simplest form. What is the meaning of summation cos 2 alpha? It is equal to cos 2 alpha plus cos 2 beta plus cos 2 gamma. And similarly, what is the meaning of summation sine 2 alpha? It is equal to sine 2 alpha plus sine 2 beta plus sine 2 gamma is equal to 0, because this expression is 0 and it is a complex number. So we are going to compare with 0 plus iota 0, means sine of this system also 0 and cos also 0. Similarly, as we know, x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to 3x by z. If x is equal to cos alpha plus iota sine alpha and y is equal to cos beta plus iota sine beta and z is equal to cos gamma plus iota sine gamma, and it is equal to thrice of x by z, means cos alpha plus iota sine alpha, then it is cos beta plus iota sine beta, and it is cos gamma plus iota sine gamma. Using the 𝕆𝕋 theorem, we can find that it is equal to cos 3 alpha plus iota sine 3 alpha plus cos 3 beta plus iota sine 3 beta plus cos 3 gamma plus iota sine 3 gamma, and it is equal to 3. Now using the 𝕆𝕋 theorem, we can find it is equal to cos of alpha plus beta plus gamma plus iota sine alpha plus beta plus gamma. Now compare the complex number on both sides. We can find sigma cos 3 alpha is equal to thrice cos alpha plus beta plus gamma, it is mentioned here, and similarly sigma sine 3 alpha is equal to 3 sine alpha plus beta plus gamma. Students, here are some basic identities by using cube roots of unity. X cube minus y cube can be written as x minus y omega plus x minus y omega square. Similarly, x cube plus y cube can be written as like this: x square plus xy plus y square is equal to this, and all these identity can be justified by using the formula 1 plus omega square is equal to 0 and omega cube is equal to 1. Students, let's see one example here. If x is equal to a plus b, y is equal to a omega plus b omega square, and z is equal to a omega square plus b omega, then what is the value of x cube plus y cube plus z cube? Now student, we are going to find x plus y plus z. It is equal to a plus b plus a omega plus it is b of omega square b omega square plus a omega square plus b omega. Now simplify it. A is common and it is 1 plus omega square, and here b is also common, it is 1 plus omega square. The value of x plus y plus z is equal to 0. So we can find that x cube plus y cube plus z cube is equal to thrice of x y z. Now we are going to find the value of x y z. X into y into z, it is equal to a plus b into a omega plus b omega square into a omega square plus b omega. By using the identities, we can say that the value of x by z is equal to a cube plus b cube. Now what is the value of your question? It is x cube plus y cube plus z cube. It is equal to thrice of x by z, and it is equal to thrice of a cube plus b cube. This is option 2. Option 2 is the correct answer. Students, here we are going to study logarithmic of a complex number. In order to find log x plus iota y, we write log x plus iota y is equal to a plus iota b. X plus iota y is equal to e to power a plus iota b. It is equal to e to power a into e to power iota b, and e to power iota b can be written as cos b plus iota sin b. Now simplify it. It is the e to power a cos 2k pi plus b plus iota sin 2k pi plus b. This is the generalized value. E to power a cos 2k pi plus b is equal to x, and e to power a sin 2k pi plus b is equal to y. After comparison, we can find the value of x and y like this. Solve for a and b, we can obtain e to power 2a is equal to x square plus y square, or a is equal to 1 upon 2 ln x square plus y square, and angle tan 2k pi plus b is equal to y upon x. When k is equal to 0, corresponding values of a and b are referred to as principal values, and this is the logarithmic of the complex number. Here is the method to find x plus iota by 2 power a plus iota b. For evaluating x plus iota by 2 power a plus iota y, a plus iota b, we write c plus iota d is equal to of this system, means x plus iota by 2 power a plus iota b. Now taking log on both sides, we can write log c plus iota d is equal to a plus iota b into log x plus iota y. And now we have studied that what is the value of log x plus iota y. Now evaluate log x plus iota y and then solve c plus iota d is equal to e to power a plus iota b into log x plus iota y. And after comparison, we can find the value of c and d, and then the value of c plus iota d is equal to given value x plus iota y to power a plus iota b. Students, we are going to solve one more question, the value of iota to power iota. As we know, iota can be written as e to power iota pi by 2. So the value of iota to power iota is equal to e to power iota pi by 2 whole power iota, and is equal to e to power iota square pi by 2, means it is e to power minus pi by 2, and option 4 is the correct answer. Students, now we are going to study Euler's formula. E to power iota theta is equal to cos theta plus iota sin theta. E to power minus iota theta is equal to cos theta minus iota sin theta. From these two equations, we can find cos theta is equal to e to power iota theta plus e to power minus iota theta upon 2, and sin theta is equal to e to power iota theta minus e to power minus iota theta upon 2 iota. Students, iota can be written as cos pi by 2 plus iota sin pi by 2 in polar form, and in exponential form it can be written as e to power iota pi by 2. Now we are going to find what is the value of log iota. Log iota is equal to log e to power iota pi by 2, as base is e, that's why this is converted into iota pi by 2, means value of log iota is iota pi by 2. Then what is the value of log iota? As we know, log iota is log iota pi by 2, that's why the value of this is here iota pi by 2, and we are going to apply the formula of log mn. It is log m plus log n. What is the log iota? Log iota is iota pi by 2, then we can write it is log pi by 2 plus iota pi by 2. Got it? Student, let's see one question here. If zr is equal to cos pi upon 3 to power r plus iota sin pi upon 3 to power r, where r is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on, then find product of z1 into z2 into z3 up to infinite. Okay, what is the value of z1? The value of z1 is equal to cos pi by 3 plus iota sin pi by 3. And what is the value of z2? It is cos pi by 3 square plus iota sin pi by 3 square and so on. So we are going to find the value of z1 into z2 into z3 into dot dot up to infinite. As we know, according to the 𝕆𝕋𝕍 theorem, argument will be added. So z1 into z2 into z3 is equal to cos of, it is pi by 3 plus pi upon 3 square plus pi upon 3 to power 3 up to infinite, plus iota sin, it is pi upon 3 plus pi upon 3 square plus dot 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 up to infinite. This is the GP, and now we are going to add up the infinite GP. The formula of infinite GP, sum of infinite GP is a upon 1 minus r. What is the r? R is 1 by 3 plus iota times sin, it is a is pi by 3 upon 1 minus r, it is 1 by 3. Now simplify it. It is cos pi by 2 plus iota sine pi by 2. What is the value of cos pi by 2? It is 0 and the sine pi by 2 is 1. So your answer is iota. Option first is the correct answer. Students, let's see one example. If n is an integer, then 1 plus cos theta plus iota sine theta whole power n plus 1 plus cos theta minus iota sine theta whole power n is equal to. Now we are going to simplify 1 plus cos theta. As we know, the value of cos theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. We are going to apply it is 1 plus 2 cos square theta by 2 minus 1 plus the value of sine theta is 2 sine theta by 2 into cos theta by 2 and it is whole power n. And similarly, here 1 plus cos theta can be written as 1 plus 2 cos square theta by 2 minus 1 minus 2 iota sine of theta by 2 into cos theta by 2 whole power n. Now simplify it. 1 and 1 is cancel out and 2 cos theta by 2 is a common factor, means 2 cos theta by 2 and it is cos theta by 2 plus iota sine theta by 2 and whole power n, means you are going to n here raise and n here and n here, plus it is also 2 to power n cos n theta by 2 within a bracket it is cos theta by 2 minus iota sine theta by 2 whole power n. Now we are going to apply the 𝕆𝕋 theorem here. It will be equal to 2 to power n cos to power n theta by 2 is a whole common factor and it is cos n theta by 2 plus iota sine of n theta by 2 plus it is cos n theta by 2 minus iota sine of n theta by 2. Now it is cancel out. It is twice, means it is 2 to power n plus 1 cos to power n theta by 2 into cos of n theta by 2. Your option 4th is the correct answer. Student, let's see one more example. If 1 plus x square whole power n is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus dot 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 a2n x to power 2n, then find the value of a0 plus a3 plus a6. Okay. Now putting x is equal to 1, omega and omega square respectively in this given equation. After putting these values, the equation will become 1 plus 1 plus 1 square, it is 1 whole power n is equal to a0 plus a1 plus a2 plus dot 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 up to a2n. Now we are going to put omega. It is 1 plus omega square whole power n is equal to a0 plus a1 omega plus a2 omega square plus a3 omega cube plus dot 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 plus a2n omega to power 2n. Now omega square, it will become 1 plus omega square plus omega to power 4 is again omega and it is equal to a0 plus a1 omega square. Here is the a2 omega plus here is the a2 omega square to power 3, it is omega 6, means it is a2 plus dot 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 and so on. Now we are going to add these three equations. What will happen? If we add these three, means equation number 1, equation number 2 and equation number 3, then left hand side is 3 to power n plus 0 is equal to. Now we are going to add a0 is the 3a0 plus a1 omega square plus a1 omega square. This is 0 because within a a1 it is 1 plus omega square. Similarly for a2 it is 1 plus omega square plus omega. But for A3, it is here A3 means 1, here A3 omega cube is 1, and here also A3 is here, this is 1, and so on. Now we are going to observe that it is 3a0 plus 3a1 plus 3a6 and dot dot dot. So our question is like this: 3 to power n is equal to 3 a0 plus a1 plus a6, this is a3, a0 plus a3 plus a6 plus dot dot dot. Then what is the value of a0 plus a3 plus a6? It is equal to 3 to power n minus 1. This is our answer. Option number 2 is the correct option.